Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Top 10s. Today, let's talk about gaming laptops. So, who doesn't like a good gaming laptop? It is everything from daily routine tasks to serious coding and most importantly, some intense gaming. So, let's take a look at the top 10 budget gaming laptops in the Indian market right now. But firstly, you have to keep something in mind. Over the course of the lockdown, the prices of the laptops have increased by quite a substantial amount. So, this might not be the most opportune time to buy a laptop. But still, if you still want one, these are the ones you should lay your hands on. So, let's begin. At number 10 is the big brother of the famous Nitro 5, the Nitro 7, the 2019 version. This is the i5 9th Gen GTX 1650 version. This is what I actually currently use, but it is this low in the list since the price has increased by about 15,000 in the last 45 days. Still, it is a good pull when the price crashes to around 65k from the 74k it is at now. This has got a i5 9300H quad-core CPU like most others in this price range. This particular model I am talking about has a 1TB SSD for storage, a 8GB DDR4 RAM and is available in Amazon. I'll put all the links in the description below. It weighs alright for a gaming rig at about 2.5 kg, and unlike the Nitro 5, the Nitro 7 has a metal exterior. This gives it a more premium feel for the price. Nvidia provides a GTX 1650 for this model, and most of the AAA titles will run with absolute ease even in the medium settings. Obviously a budget gaming laptop will cut corners and Nitro 7 does it too. I don't like the red accented keyboard, particularly since the letters are not visible at all in low light conditions, unless we turn the red keyboard backlight on. The typing experience though, not terrible, isn't the best either. Heating is a problem while playing games, and you might feel warmth on the keyboard after long intensive gaming, but it performs, and that's the reason it is here. We'll now move on to the next one. At number 9, we have the Asus Tuf Fx505-dt. Now this laptop is great for the value this offers. It has one major problem though, which we'll come to later. Its most important feature is the 120Hz screen it offers, which is indispensable for a gamer. But for that, this laptop sacrifices a bit of color accuracy. The GPU is GTX 1650, which is what we will mostly get for this price range. And to be frank, this is quite enough. Enough especially due to the fact we are going to talk about next. The CPU Ryzen 5 3500H simply doesn't do enough for me, despite all the other advantages this laptop offers. The CPU isn't powerful enough, unlike the current Ryzen 4000 series, and this creates a bottleneck for the rest of this awesome device. It's a shame, really. It also has a cache of 6MB, unlike the 8MB cache the most other devices in this list offers. Even if it had a better CPU, even if by sacrificing the price a little bit, it would have been placed much higher on this list. It costs 61,000 at this moment. We move on to number 8. Next, we have the Dell G5's lesser known brother, the Dell G3. This laptop doesn't offer anything special as such, but it does get the basics right. This comes with Intel's 9th generation of processors. The i5 9300H does just about enough in my opinion. The processor clocks up to 4.1 GHz, and this device comes with a DDR4 RAM of 8GB, which is of course expandable up to 32GB. For storage, it has a 512GB SSD, which is quite alright. The screen is a 60Hz display though, nothing special. This one comes with a GTX 1650 as well. If you are interested in video editing, this has a SD card slot as well. It is light at around 2.3 kgs, and this comes with preloaded MS Office if you are interested. This is priced at 70k. So not the best deal, but it's a pretty good deal. We'll now move on to the next one. Next on this list comes the Asus ROG Strix Core G, and it is placed higher than the G3 simply because it is ROG. This one offers almost the same specs as the Dell G3, apart from a couple of differences. The first difference is this does not have a webcam. So if you are interested in a webcam, this device isn't for you, unless you want to spend an extra couple of thousand besides the 70,000 you are already spending on this device. The other difference is it has a 1TB HDD instead of the 512 solid state drive the G3 offers. And also this doesn't have a SD card reader. But on a positive note, this looks premium like the ROG devices always do. We now move on to the number 6, where we have the Lenovo Legion Y540 with a 512GB SSD. This is priced at 68,000. The body is plastic, but it genuinely emits a premium vibe. It looks beautiful in the true sense of the term. The design isn't messy, like most other gaming laptops are. This one's got a i5-9300H, that is a 9th generation Intel i5 processor, which is at par with the others. It weighs 2.3 kgs and is comparatively lighter for a gaming laptop. The 512GB SSD coupled with the 8GB DDR4 RAM serves the laptop well. This also has a NVIDIA GTX 1650, which is the most common GPU at this price range. The expected battery life is 5 hours, which is alright for a gaming build. It also has a 15.6-inch display, just like the previous ones. We will now move on to the number 5. At number 5, we also have the Lenovo Legion Wi-Fi 4.0. Confusing? Maybe yes, but this is the same device with just a different storage configuration. Instead of the 512GB SSD in the previous one, this comes with a 1GB hard disk plus 256GB SSD, which I prefer more. Couple that with a required budget that is 3K lower than that for the previous one, this undoubtedly comes out on top for me. At number 4, we have the Acer Nitro 5, once heralded as the king of budget laptops. It still isn't far off though. This is very similar to the list of laptops listed below. So why is it at number 4? Well, price. At just under 60k, this laptop provides excellent value for money in my opinion. This comes with a 9th Gen i5-9300H, a 8GB RAM and NVIDIA GTX 1650. For storage, it has a 1TB hard disk, which is just a little drawback. Personally, the absence of SSD doesn't matter to me too much, especially when we are getting such a good trade-off with the price. Moreover, it's a 7200 RPM HDD compared to the traditional 5600 RPM stuff. It weighs at around 2.3 kgs, which is comparatively light for a gaming laptop. Until 2018, Nitro 5 used to scream gamer, but since the 2019 version, Acer has gone for a more refined look, meaning one would be able to use the laptop anywhere. Still, it looks a bit too gamery compared to other laptops, but it is a gaming laptop after all, so that is forgiven. On to the next one. Picking a laptop for the number 3 position was very difficult. The main reason is the Lenovo Ideapad L340 core. If you are talking value for money, L340 is the way to go, no second thoughts about it. It comes with a i5-9300H processor, a 8GB DDR4 RAM and an NVIDIA GTX 1650. The clock speeds go up to 4.1 GHz. It sure packs a punch for the price of just less than 60k. It is lightweight at 2.2 kgs and looks premium with the absence of strong accents. It's got a full HD display, but that is expected from a device of this budget. For storage, it has got a 1TB HDD plus 128GB solid state drive, which is the best I have seen for a laptop under 60k. One of the only cons I would find for this laptop is overheating, but that is a problem for most of these laptops in this range. It still is a very good laptop and probably takes the cake for the best value for money. We'll now move on to number 2. At number 2, we might have the most exciting budget gaming laptop of the year, the Asus TUF A15. This was much anticipated for the entire year. I for one eagerly waited to see how this laptop looks. And if it wasn't a mixed bag for one or two reasons which I'm about to mention, this would have undoubtedly been at the top of my list. Let's get to the pros first. It has a 144Hz refresh rate screen, which is absolutely unbelievable for this price range. It would be awesome for competitive gaming, probably the best at this range. It has a super powerful Ryzen 4600H processor. AMD has really pulled a rabbit out of their bag this year. Intel, beware. It has got a 8GB RAM, and for storage, we have the 1TB HDD plus 256GB SSD configuration, which is the best for this price point. It also has got a 1650 Ti from NVIDIA as GPU, which is actually very rare at this range, so props to Asus. It weighs 2.3 kg, which is alright for a gaming laptop. Now, let's look at the few but major cons for the TUF A15. This is not color accurate. I mean not even close. So if you are looking to buy a laptop for video editing purposes, don't buy this. It does not look premium. Everywhere you touch you will leave a fingerprint. And lastly, the cooling is not done right. But it's a feature in many of the laptops on this list. Still, it is a bomb for 70,000 rupees. Now finally, on to number 1. The Lenovo Ideapad Gaming 3i Core. This for me is undoubtedly the best laptop I've seen recently. And it comes at a budget too. I mean as much as a budget could mean for a gaming laptop. This packs a huge punch for just less than 70,000 rupees. It comes with a i5 10th Gen processor clocking up to an impressive 4.5 GHz. The base clock is also higher in this device than any other device on this list. This device looks elegant in my opinion. It has a 15.6 Full HD display and is just a little low in brightness, but it is enough for everything except operating outside in bright sunlight, which may be a problem. It uses a RAM of 8GB. As for graphics, this device uses a GDDR6 4GB 1650 Ti, which is better than a conventional GTX 1650 by Nvidia, so better performances are expected. For storage, it uses a 1TB HDD plus 256GB SSD configuration, which is the best configuration you can buy for under 70k in my opinion. The keyboard backlight is blue, which is always preferable to red. The device is actually just 2.2 kgs, which makes it very portable compared to some devices on this list. There is nothing in this device that could be a potential deal breaker for me, and this is the number one gaming laptop for me at this budget.